God!
A kick out!
What the hell is this? Oh, God!
Oh, my! Push! Canceler!
Unbelievable!
Has been an absolutely brutal display.
Oh, my God!
That was freaking insane!
Make yourself famous!
Talk about a high-risk maneuver.
What?
The new champion!
And we are... Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the UCT Live podcast, hosted by the one and only, the Wigman Max Mercury. And today I am reviewing PWF Instinto, episode 6. So let's just get straight into it. The show begins with a promo from the PWF Amazon champion, Barragan, who basically just basically flexes her superiority above everybody else in the Amazon division about how she defeated Mae Johnson in the first female CPV main event. Because she defeated Mae Johnson in the main event of night 1 of Verano de Escandalo, and how she defeated the legendary Sue at PWF Over the Limit. And that's basically the gist of this promo. I'm surprised nobody came out to interrupt her to set up her next challenge, but to be honest, the next CPV is the Royal Rumble, and there's usually 5 episodes of build, so we'll probably get that like in the next episode, so no sweat there. Next, we have the Misfit Alliance made up of Star and Taylor Blade, the duos champions, coming out to defend their titles against Polaris and Reina Diamante in a successful title defense. This was a good match. It was a good opener. Not much else to say. I didn't think the challengers were going to unseat Taylor and Star. I don't think there's really any other team at the moment who can do that. Considering Kat and Christina Vega broke up as a team, but good match nonetheless. Moving on after that, we have a promo from Lele in which they kind of just brag about their win over the Birds of Prey and are glad that they are gone from PWF, but that turns out to be false once they are interrupted by Falcon. Falcon basically comes out to say that they are here to stay in PWF and suggest a tiebreaker between the two teams. Lele kind of just denies this, I think, maybe. But basically, they're also kind of up for it. I really should have studied this promo more, but eventually, Falcon basically states that, that they have a tiebreaker between those two teams, considering the Birds of Prey beat Lele at an episode of XWF Tremors, and then Lele beat Birds of Prey at Over the Limit. Lele basically asks where Hawk is, and then Hawk shows up from behind and basically gets a sneak attack on J Money, with Danny Lopez kind of just saying like, oh, okay, it's on then. I'm excited for the tiebreaker match. I remember during the Over the Limit review, I did suggest maybe a ladder match between the two because I think these two teams would put on a really great ladder match. And my apologies for not studying this promo under more consideration, but it's whatever. After this, we have Jack Roberts coming out to defend his PWF Extreme Championship against Aaron Vega. This was a really good hardcore match that Jack Roberts was able to retain his title. Not much else to say here. It was a good match. I don't think Mandy's gonna set up a challenger for Jack at the Royal Rumble, considering you need so many people on deck for the Rumble match itself. So yeah, it's good to see Jack getting a defense now instead of until Lucha Mania or something. After this, we get a backstage promo between Zero and Mahadi Khan, in which the latter wishes Zero good luck for his Rey the Reyes tournament match against Brett Storm, in which Zero kind of retorts I don't need any luck. I'm going to beat him in 2 seconds, and I'm going to move on to win the title and then become PWF champion. Mahadi doesn't really address that and kind of just okay. And then they both shake hands, and then Mahadi leaves and Zero's doing nothing. We just looks on the ground like, I wonder if this is like, I wonder if Manny planted the seeds for an eventual betrayal from Zero or Mahadi. Considering, it would provide a good match for Lucha Mania for sure. And but this is the first sign we ever had of any dissension between any members in Total Destruction, considering the stable has been going on since like I think Lucha Mania 2. So like right at the end of season 2. So yeah, I'm excited to see it if that happens. But for now, Total Destruction is feuding with The Shining. After this, Brett Storm would go on to defeat Zero in the Rated Reyes tournament, which will probably make Zero angry. But yeah, I'm very much excited for where the story will go from here. After the match, after this, we have another match between Christina Vega and the debuting Z, the feline goddess. Christina Vega beats her in a pretty good match, and after the match, Kat would attack Christina Vega with the Cat KO, basically continuing their feud ever since they broke up as a team when failing to win the Duos Championship. Yeah, not much thoughts there. I like that there's feuds outside of the title scene. It's good to have feuds that are not always centered around championships. So yeah, that's about it. After this, we have another Rey the Reyes tournament match where Johnny Extreme defeats Jacob Cash to advance to the semifinals. I thought this was a really good match. It's good that Johnny got a win after losing like 2 CPVs in a row at Lucha Mania and Verano de Scandalo. And Cass doesn't lose anything from losing this match since he just joined Shining and is on the up and up lately. So yeah, it was a good match. I say it was the right winner, and I'm excited to see where we go from here because the next 2 matches for the first round is Mahadi Khan versus Brian Vega, and then Adrian Destiny versus Angel Alexander. And then speaking of Angel Alexander, we move on to the main event match where Angel Alexander defends his Latin American Championship against Mike House and Brian Vega. So when it comes to Mike and Brian Vega, these two have been entrenched in a feud ever since the build to Lucha Mania 3, where Mike would unseat Brian Vega as Latin American champion at Lucha Mania 3, and then Mike would end up losing the belt to Angel at Verano de Scandalo because of interference by Brian Vega. So now it all culminates here in a triple threat match where Angel was take advantage of the bad blood between Mike and Brian to retain his championship in the best match of the night. No words here. It was a great match. It basically continued Mike and Brian Vega's feud, which I think will come into play during Brian Vega's Rated Race tournament match against Mahadi, which would make sense considering the whole thing with Mahadi and Zero early in the show. So I think everything's going together well. So I'm giving you a round of applause, plus the extra applause earlier. And then we move on to the final segment of the show where Brendan X has a title celebration for finally being champion for more than one day, considering he was cashed in on at Lucha Mania 3 by DJ Hero after beating Johnny to become PWF World Champion, and then regaining the title at Verano de Scandalo, and then retaining the title against DJ Hero, finally conquering those 2 guys and moving on to pastures new. But as Brendan is celebrating and giving a good promo about being prepared for the next challenger, Anto comes up from behind and attacks Brendan, laying claim to the PWF World title and setting up the next feud for Brendan. I will say I kind of called it, going back to the what was it, the Nueva Sangre Sin Límite predictions, where I basically said that Anto was going to lose to Ron as a way of kind of setting up Anto for the main roster, as like it would be like his goodbye match, and I was right. So I'm very excited to see Anto versus Brendan X. Anto's continuing his retirement run. But yeah, I'm excited to see this match for the Rumble. I wonder if Anto's going to compete in a number one contenders match just to make it official. But it does seem like we're heading towards Brendan versus Anto at the Rumble. clash of the RKOs. But yeah, overall, this was a great show. Great start to the build to the Royal Rumble. Thank you everyone for watching. Leave your feedback in the comment section below. Just let you know this is just my opinion. If you disagree, please reply respectfully. And I guess I'll just see you guys on the next episode. Bye.